The ambulance lights smeared the corridor in bruised hues. They wheeled her in on a stretcher. My daughter, hair tangled, one cheek split with a clean abrasion, the other unreadable. A man lingered near the gurney. 30, 40, calm carved into his jaw. He kept murmuring, "I drove her," like it could make the story true. My hands moved automatically. Airway, 4, bleeding controlled, names exchanged between breaths. She whispered my name, thick with surprise. He answered before she could. The nurse, sharp-eyed, precise, touched my arm and said, "We need to involve the police now." The words landed like a verdict. My mind rehearsed medical questions. My chest recognized a different pain. Small fractures of trust I'd ignored returned like X-ray shadows. A sweater in the closet. A lingering touch. A laugh at a joke I never heard. I maintained the room's calm. Monitors beeped indifferently. He was catalogued as a neighbor, a helper, a friend. He had a practiced smile, a driver's license, a story. He feigned grief when authorities arrived. He refused phone inspection. I treated my daughter with professional detachment, suturing, scanning, anesthesia, but at home, a different examination began. Receipts cross-referenced, a lipstick mark on a coat I never touched. My wife's explanations were thin plaster over widening cracks. "He's from work," she said. Denial is a potent anesthetic. I let it operate while I gathered facts. Everything I collected was surgical, precise, unemotional, necessary. Traffic cameras, security feeds, timestamps, toxicology panels. Calls traced. Voicemails retrieved like flossing a grim tooth. Evidence adhered. Footage showed the car, the man's silhouette. My daughter hesitated, then slid into the passenger seat. Later frames revealed him alone at odd hours. Text logs with gaps, deleted threads, erasers louder than words. I kept calm at work. Held my daughter's hand, spoke in short, steady phrases. At night, I rehearsed conversations I would not yet have. The tension annealed into a plan. Lab results were dry, neutral, paternity confirmed. He was not merely a neighbor. He had approached my daughter under mentorship, errands, favors, a pattern of proximity, gifts, invitations disguised as convenience. I printed the report, a cold key in my palm. I walked to the observation room where he sat under watchful eyes. I slid the paper across the table. "Whose car is that?" I asked. No tremor, no plea. His practiced denials faltered. Excuses, misremembered timelines, misread signals. Each word peeled away like cheap wallpaper. Charm proved a thin armor. He collapsed into stammered, defensive confession, small and shamed. I watched, precise, assembling evidence for systems to act. I contacted his employer, HR. Patterns mapped onto policies, prior complaints, closed cases with polite language. Administrative consequences arrived with quiet inevitability. That night, I left a packet on my wife's pillow, photocopies of messages, the paternity report, timestamps, the photo my daughter held of his face. No note. No speech. Just calibrated weight. She reached for me. I pulled away. Her apologies were brittle, reasons like scurrying animals. I let them be. His neat life unraveled, appointments, references, privileges gone. He cried once, before people unmoved by tears. Institutions respond to proof, not tears. My daughter's body healed gradually, visibly. The rest of us? Repairs are not tidy. I handed files to police, hospital compliance, council. Systems moved. People moved. I sit with clarity that is not light. Cold geometry. Facts arranged until no argument fits. I am not redeemed. I am not whole. I am precise. In the end, I closed the door to the house built on convenient lies. I stepped into a night indifferent to quiet victories. The last thing I carried, a folder of facts, small, exact, unforgiving. Truth administered. Final as a scalpel's incision. I lock the door and do not look back tonight or ever again.